Welcome back, you all, for Chapter 17, Physical Development of School-Age Children. School-age children, which are children between the ages of 6 and 12, are in a period of development also known as middle childhood. Many physical changes occur during this period because all of a child's body systems are maturing. Due to increases in their muscle growth and strength and increased myelination of the central nervous system, both children's gross and fine motor skills improve to a marked degree. This improvement is often referred to as the hallmark of middle childhood. Unless hampered by inadequate nutrition and lack of activity, most school-age children excel in gross motor skills. School-age children also become skillful at fine motor skills. Some of these changes may seem awkward to children as they occur, but all changes help school-age children become much more coordinated. With the coming of the school-age years, the brain growth slows dramatically. Instead of growing rapidly, the brain becomes more specialized during the school-age years. Specific areas of the brain coordinate specific tasks. By this time, the brain has established a visual center for processing visual stimuli, a speech center for comprehending speech, and so on. From the school-age years onward, rewiring in the brain is difficult, if not impossible. Besides the brain, other organs continue to mature in school-age children as well. The heart grows slowly, and while it does, it becomes more efficient at pumping blood. Children's lungs continue to grow until 8 years of age, and breathing becomes less abdominal and more efficient. As the gastrointestinal system matures, school-age children have fewer stomach upsets, steadier blood sugar levels, and greater stomach capacities than during their preschool years. Children's senses also improve during the school-age years, and auditory sensitivity improves until 10 years of age and then declines to adult levels. During the later school-age years, children begin to enter puberty. Puberty is the process by which the body becomes capable of reproduction. Physical changes in pubescent children occur over a period of years. And if you look at figure 17.1 in your textbook, you'll see the changes that actually occur during those pubescent years. There's a growth spurt that begins during this time. It peaks and then it also ends. And you'll see some other examples of changes that occur during that time. Children continue to grow slowly and steadily during the school-age years. In the late school-age years, some children, mainly girls, begin a growth spurt, which is a period of rapid growth. School-age children's height increases more steadily than their weight. This is because, for the most part, genes determine height. Unlike weight, height is not easily affected by the environment. During middle childhood, children's body proportions become more similar to adult proportions. The skeletal system continues to mature during the school-age years. Bones ossify and grow larger and longer. The most significant growth occurs in the teeth and jaw, leading to children having a more mature-looking face. School-age children are losing their deciduous teeth or their baby teeth, and they are growing permanent teeth. Girls often lose their deciduous teeth and grow permanent teeth before boys do. Fat accounts for 15% of an average school-age child's total body weight. Muscles increase in size and strength during middle childhood. School-age children may also begin to complain of aches and pains. These muscle aches are sometimes called growing pains, which are caused by muscles trying to catch up with their skeletal size. The maturation of children's bodies during the school-age years leads to refined motor development. School-age children often have a surplus of energy, which they use in practicing these motor skills. Between ages 6 and 8, children generally enjoy active games that use gross motor skills. This is because children's large muscle coordination is more developed than their small muscle coordination. And these motor skills become easier for school age children due to an increase in their strength and flexibility. Older school age children have highly developed fine motor skills. Advances in fine motor development help children do arts and crafts, build models, play musical instruments, dress themselves, use digital devices, write, and handle other tasks that require fine motor procession and precision. In the early part of middle childhood, boys generally perform better than girls in tasks requiring power, force, and speed. However, school-age girls tend to perform better than boys in tasks that require flexibility or rhythm. Experts do not know whether these motor differences between genders are due to genes or maybe just the environment. So now let's talk about meeting nutritional needs of school-age children. School-age children may express strong preferences in foods, and their food preferences may be heavily influenced by the food choices of their peers. Eating nutritious foods is vital to a school-age child's growth, development, and increased energy demands. School-age children also need to store some nutrients for the rapid growth that occurs during puberty. During the school-age years, children have more control over the foods that they eat. And they make much more decisions on their own about the foods they eat. For school-age children, lunch is a very pivotal meal. Children who skip lunch may have trouble concentrating in class, have less energy for sports, and are more likely to binge on unhealthy snacks after school. During the school age years, children begin to learn about helpful eating plans. A helpful eating plan focuses on colorful fruits and vegetables, lean protein options, low-fat dairy products, and whole grains. Helpful eating every day should be the goal for school-age children. However, when poor choices are made, there are some nutrition-related risks that occur. There are risks associated with both over and undernutrition. Overnutrition is the ongoing intake of more calories than is needed for good health. This condition is common in the United States today. It is seen in both children and adults and increases people's risk for a number of chronic diseases. Undernutrition occurs when some food is being eaten but is continuously lacking one or more nutrients required to meet the body's needs. Today, overnutrition combined with other factors has contributed to nearly 1 in 3 school-age children having either overweight or obesity. Children with obesity may have up to 3 times the amount of fat tissue as children with normal weights. Rather, children with overweight or obesity are far more likely to become teens and adults with overweight or obesity. Overnutrition in children is often caused by the consumption of fast foods, snacking on junk foods, and eating takeout or heavily processed foods. Also, more and more school children are facing pressure from peers and the media to look good. Unfortunately, good often translates to thin. School-age children having overweight or healthy weight often want to lose weight. This intense focus on appearance can contribute to the development of eating disorders. So now let's take a look at meeting other physical needs of school-age children. Although children in the school-age years are learning to meet their own needs, they still rely on parents to provide them with basic physical necessities, such as clothing and toiletries, and to guide their clothing choices and health practices, such as hygiene, physical activity, and rest and sleep. Although school-age children want more independence and do have less direct adult supervision, parents and other significant adults can shape children's choices and behaviors. Because children's understandings and attitudes develop rapidly at this time, Middle childhood offers an unprecedented time for children to develop lifelong habits of tasteful dress and health behaviors. During these interpretive time of parenting, children need to see how seemingly um, somehow these issues that are not necessarily harmful issues but can have a harmful effect on them. For an example, suggestive clothing can negatively affect adult approval and positive peer relationships. Poor hygiene can damage the body and cause a loss of self-esteem due to peer comments. Inadequate rest and sleep affect learning and mood. Lack of regular physical activity endangers health and makes a person feel less physically confident. During the school age years, children have more say so in the types of clothing that they wear. Also, another thing we have to think about is hygiene. Adults should continue stressing the importance of hygiene skills and teaching these skills. Dental hygiene problems often occur during the middle childhood. And another problem is body hygiene, which might also be called personal hygiene. And a common problem for school age children is body odor. And this is happening as those children approach puberty. One thing we see too is a lack of physical activity possibly during these school age children, and it's because they spend many hours attending school and using those digital devices. As a result, children are physically active less than the recommended 60 minutes or more per day. And another thing that research tells us is that school age children need between 9 to 11 or 10 to 11 hours of sleep nightly. So that will conclude us for chapter 17. Of course, please make sure that you refer to your textbook as well as the PowerPoint and any of the supplementary materials that are located in the Blackboard course. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me or your instructor. Have a nice day.